Oh, hello. Of course, you might be wondering, what's new? Well, you probably have, if you haven't already noticed. We have a new hero, Ling Shuang. Lin Shuang. It's kind of a funny name. But the main thing for Lin Shuang is a Pillar of Wisdom, giving you a 20% training speed up boost. That's about the only thing that of value here that you're going to pay any amount of attention to. Where does she stack up in terms of, is she good in a fight? Yes. I mean, that 20% enemy reduction here, that is something worthy of paying some eyeballs to, okay? Even free to play, you may find that actually to be kind of useful, okay? But like anything, you gotta save your books, and you gotta make sure you save those books for the ones that matter. But I'm just pointing out that Ling Shuang is an interesting little addition that they've added. Of course, there's also a new event coming up. We got a sneak peek, and we don't know anything yet. As far as I know, I just know there's something coming. And states 1 through 99 are going to get a chance to look at it. So if you don't already know how to make another character, go up to Settings. Go to Characters. And in here, create another character. Okay? And go between states 1 through 99 if you want to check it out. Because that's basically what you will need to do in order to be able to see that content early. Outside of that, right, about the only other thing that I figured I'd kind of nitpick for you was that you guys also probably picked up on this new event called Treasure Hunter. So yeah, it's a gotcha from Gotcha Nightmares. It's not, it's bad. I mean, it's good loot and it's free, don't get me wrong, but it's bad. Like, you're not going to have a very easy time getting this loot, and you will struggle to get it most of the time. At least it tells you what the loot table is, so at least you're getting something for your search. So it's not like I'm going to complain. If anything, I'll give it a plus. It's an advantage for even mild free-to-play for a change. But as you might imagine, Supreme versus Common, and yeah, there's obviously certain boons of benefit here depending on what you're doing. As you might have noticed, it's divided into common chambers and supreme chambers. Supreme chambers, which contain more treasures, have room numbers of multiples of 5. More times you search for the ultimate treasure, the higher the chance of finding it will become more familiar with the chamber layout. Yeah, so naturally it's basically like, well, if you go through enough, pickaxes, you'll eventually get to it. It's like, okay, then you're going to have ever so many, and then of course, it's like, oh, how many that'll be? Oh, yeah, I can see it. All right, fair enough. And it's like, okay, is it advantageous for the spenders? Of course it is, right? But it's another event, so naturally I just thought I'd kind of flash out the new content that they've produced and kind of give you guys an uphill advantage, which is to say that now you know it exists, but what are we going to go about doing about it, right? Now, I would say what you could try to do, and this is something that I think is kind of worth mentioning in the world that is this new event, right? You might be wondering, does my pickaxes disappear at the end of this event? And I don't know that answer myself. But I've been looking, and I don't see anything that says you absolutely have to spend them. I've been looking, but I still don't see anywhere where it says those pickaxes disappear. So, one has to wonder, will these be permanent? And if so, could you hoard them? Probably. So, I'm going to experiment with that. I'll let you know, because I'll have some on my main, and we'll just kind of sit back and see if I have those pickaxes at the end of the event, and whether or not they'll be back there when the event resumes. So we'll do that little experiment, just for fun. Of course, between the 3 items that you can choose from in here, I would say most people are going to find that you're going to want the Chief Gear Variety Chest or the Charm Variety Chest, depending on what you're working on or what is of more importance to you. I would say most people will benefit from the Gear Variety Chest, just because, well, who doesn't like having Legendary Chief Gear? It looks pretty. What could I say? But to each their own, ultimately, I just point out that this is all stuff that is on the way. Of course, if you're not stressing and you're enjoying the game like everybody else, then you probably have suspected that the islands are going to become much more of a bigger deal as as time goes on. I mean, you kind of have to make a habit of it now, but it's interesting because I've had to move these little lumber camps ever so slightly every day. We're slowly but surely getting there, though. We will eventually acquire our land from the open sea out in the distance. It just takes forever to get there. But I just thought I'd kind of give you guys a little quick tease of what this guy had pretty much gotten done so far. But outside of that, yeah, I mean, it's really, we're looking forward to seeing those updates, I think, and we'll I'll talk more about it when we actually get around to that point. But in this case, I guess this is the next state I'm in, so it's gonna be kind of interesting. We'll have to kind of wait and see how it plays out. You might find it interesting, you might not, but all the same, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.